Hello gamers and welcome to the review of the FV226 Contradictious. Today we're going to take a deeper look into it and see what this tank is all about, what it's going to deliver you in World of Tanks. So when we look at this tank on paper, we notice that it's not really anything particularly too good. I mean, it doesn't really stand out in any parameter whatsoever. But what makes this tank is what you're going to see later. It is that, there's two things to it. It's the armor layout. And it's, of course, the siege mode. When you go in siege mode, you lose. You see what happens. Hey, dispersion goes crazy. The speed also goes downhill. Like, your stats get affected while you're in siege mode. They go downhill a lot. And that really impacts the gameplay. So the way this tank is going to work is going to switch to siege mode. You're going to try and shoot something when it's close range. And switch out of it again. It isn't mobile siege, which that you can move while activating the siege mode, unlike, for example, the STRV. But outside of that, on paper, it doesn't look like anything too, amazing. Let's be realistic. Maybe that's just me, but that's just what I'm thinking right now. Just purely looking at the stats. We don't want to spend too much time on this, of course. We're always wanting to play the tank and see what we can do with the tank itself, but I feel like it's important to go over this as well. So purely stats-wise, nothing too extraordinary or crazy, but when we look at the armor model and we put it full down, you can see that this tank has very strong armor. I mean, of course, against tier 10s, this tank is going to do a lot worse. Like, we're going to put it against an E5, for example, a T110 E5 that is using heat ammunition. You can see that, against 340 heat, it starts being a lot less effective. Around 300 effective, 300 to 320 effective is what the turret is. So against tier 10s, he will not really hold up, to be honest. But against tier 8s, you will be doing very, very well. And yeah, you have two guns, but of course you have that cupola as well. But its main strength is, of course, playing hold down with that upper plate and turret that you cannot penetrate. That is basically the basics of this tank. You play hold on with it, you peak 360 alpha, less DPM than the Renegade, for example, but compensated by the fact that your cupola is smaller. And in return, you also get, of course, that siege mode, which you will see is very, very, very weird to use. We get Berlin. We get Berlin in tier 7. I'm gonna be honest, I want to push up very early in this battle. Why? Is because you see it right there, the triple artillery. And also because they have a KV5. And honestly, KV5s usually are snacks. And again, it is a snack, but at the same time, is it a snack though? Very interesting tank, so very interesting. I want to actually utilize the double to my advantage. I find the reticle of the double very weird, though. Not very, how to explain it? Not very comfortable to use entirely. I would have liked more like if it was actually two reticles overlapping, so I see roughly where I'm aiming, because, I don't know. This feels just a little bit weird, like I said. And because of that, I don't know how comfortable it is. So here I'm going to switch modes already and see. And aim my two shells. I mean, I find it so weird, man. When we switch modes to get more mobility, very weird. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels so weird playing this. Not very comfortable with it so far. I mean, this is something that may grow, over time. Playing a few more battles in this may help us in that regard. And here we're gonna do exactly the same thing. We hit one of those. Rather, there was a Pantera there, though. I think it's probably better to single shoot in that scenario between you and me. Simply because of the positions that they have and we have. We're up 5,000 HP apparently as well. Their squad is suiciding. I'm gonna work my way around, to be honest with you. And start saying hello to my friend the Pantera. And see what we can do against my dear friend the Pantera, who I think knows that I'm coming now. I don't think he can pen me like this.
No, I don't think so. Wait, how does he... Ah, he's pushing me down a cliff, that's why. Why is there a 45 TPMS? Alright, let's see what we can do with this. We get Mannerheim line. This is a very interesting thing, the way the mechanic works. So if you switch modes, it opens up both barrels, and it also slows you down. Very interesting. The bloom of it is also pretty interesting. The reticle is pretty interesting. It's really like a close range mechanic. Most of the time we're going to be using the single shooter. Unless, of course, you are playing close range, after which you will double, but then get a pretty nasty long reload of 19 seconds. So you better be sure that when you shoot, you hit. If you don't, it's going to be not that great. Now, listen, I don't know what's the right word. Oscillating turret, so it's kind of like the Kran in a way in that regard. So the turret is pretty strong, to be honest, against the rates. I mean, you still have the cupola, but like outside of that, they're gonna pretty much struggle to really pen you in most scenarios. So we're gonna push up still and see what we can do from this position. Centurion pushing in, and you basically want to switch modes before you even decide to double, because after you do, you're a lot slower. And you can clearly see how this reticle is pretty interesting. Yeah, we do hit that though. I really have issues with this reticle. I don't know. It's very interesting, very weird. I'm not feeling too good about it. But yeah, if you want to do a double, you have to make sure that you are already switched before you decide to peak, of course. And if you want to maximize your DPM, or non-existent DPM, I'm guessing you want to miss both shots against a 703. Basically, when you double, I feel like you want to double again after, because then you have the 14-second reload, if that makes sense. So to maximize, you want to double out at that point, which is a little bit interesting and weird. This tank will take some time for me to get adjusted to it as well. But these double reticles are IMO the worst thing about it. It really makes me feel like I have no clue where I'm aiming at, to be honest. That's how it makes me feel, like I'm not sure where the shell is going to go. I don't know. I find that very, very weird, nonetheless. Either way, we do have 1.1, but we could have had a lot more if we were single shooting. I think it's because I'm so used to the circle that it feels pretty weird when I don't have the circle anymore. Does that make sense? Like all of a sudden it's like a different reticle and you're like not really sure about how it's going to work out for you. So taking that into consideration, it's a very interesting tank. Got a good shot there as well, nonetheless. It's going to be hard to make this work further. Yeah, pretty nice alpha though. We have 2k damage already in this regard. Now we're just waiting to see if we have an opportunity to realistically go and commit somewhere. Yeah, I shouldn't be in. Okay, whatever, it's fine. So we press the button before we're actually peeking. And then we're just gonna make sure we hit it now. And we only hit one. I really dislike the reticle function. I don't know, guys. I don't know about you, but like I find the way that the reticle works very, very weird and a bit annoying at the same time. I'm not a fan of that so far. And I don't know if I'm gonna get used to that ever. Plus this tank is pretty big. I mean, I get a good double there. Pick him up. 3k damage. All in all, we've had a pretty good game nonetheless. We want to hit one more double bad shot there. 7525. We could pen him and give him 2. That would be pretty nasty. It would be pretty cool as well, because okay. Alright, interesting. Yeah, we don't pen that, so there's that. That's not very cool, but you know, it is what it is. Then again, the 752 is very, very trolly. Am I just bad at the game? Because I'm feeling like I'm just bad at the game. Like, maybe I'm just bad at the game. It's a possibility, no? I'm over trying to shoot him. It's so weird. I'm so not used to it, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I'm so not used to it. But either way, we do get 3.7. So a pretty good amount of damage. I don't even know if I can actually hit that, you know? Like... I mean, I'm so not used to these reticles. I find them so weird. We do hit one of those shots. Switch in mode. And see what's gonna happen. Skoda T49. We're kind of hunting for the that man over there and his S1 Fen. We would like to kill both of them. Would be cool. Did we kill both of them with one shot? That's my question. I mean, with one volley, we should be able to, right? Got a good kill there. So 4.4, a really strong result nonetheless, either way. So it's like really interesting though, because I reloaded for 9 seconds, and then now if I switch modes, I'm just fully reloaded and I can blast twice and miss twice. You know what I mean? So it's like interesting. So there's at least some point at which I get a little bit boosted the DPM, right? If I'm not misunderstanding. I mean, all in all, a pretty good game. 4.4k damage in this, top of the board, and only making no profit because I'm a dirty gold spammer, of course. Alright, let's see what we can get in this battle, though. We got a mines battle encounter. This might be pretty good for us as well because we can play the middle and use that strong turret of ours to our advantage. Again, this is a very weird-ish tank. Oops. And it's going to take me some time to adjust towards this as well. So basically, we want to use the double when we're going to be certain we're going to hit a shot and have a long time to reload. When we do that, we will be able to maximize our damage in our favor. So there, the double I think made sense because we get the max amount of damage out of it. And now we're going to be reloading. And then we're going to be single shooting here because it's probably slightly too far range. And yeah, you can see there that it has a strong turret and making it my advantage. A nice alpha shot. And just like with the Kran, I think you want to lift. I'm not entirely sure anymore if that is like the right thing, but I feel like it is. That is what you learn in your Kran gameplay. I'm going to assume that against tier 8s, it's definitely the way forward. Give a shot, lift the gun, hide the cupola, because you can see like when I do this, the cupola is fully hidden. And now I'm going to go shoot one of the Burasks in the face actually. And I'm even going to switch modes because I'm only going to get one shot. I do give both of them 670. And I'm starting to learn, I think, how to play this tank to my advantage. This is going to be actually pretty good because of the 360 alpha, but like compared to, for example, the Renegade, this tank has a way better turret. So taking that into consideration. Yeah, don't worry about it. You're not getting a shot there. I'd like to shoot the STA. I'd also like somebody to shoot this guy from behind. Would be pretty cool. If that would be possible. And there's probably still a... Give a good shot there. He's going to peek me though. He will find a retaliation. No, he doesn't. So 2.4k damage. There's still, however, a Patriot in position there, which is a little bit annoying, I'm going to be honest with you. But I can't really do much against Patriot right now. Get a little bit of assist on the STA. I'm looking and hunting for the Burasks. I could be so lucky. I mean, I feel like even any might outspot them going into the bushes. But of course, again, in trouble because we're not stopping the cap. Nice peek, buddy. Very aware of the peak. Guys, we need to decap. Really? We have to go decap, guys. He has an HE club though, which is... You know, we can... possibly peek the... And then we instantly switch mode again to get out of the Trouble, hopefully. We're dead though. The Barras gets 2 of us. 3.1. I didn't see the Barras. Got bad across. And I felt like because of the cap, I needed to make a play. It's definitely not a bad battle, but not the greatest one. I guess the Progetto will make it back to decap, so I overplayed for sure from my position. Alright, let's see what we can get. We get a decent map, but not so great MM because triple light. You know, triple light always takes away a lot from your battle. Either way, so... we'll go towards the city and then we'll duel it out. Of course, I will add a note to this. And it's not to be like, to glaze myself or anything. But when playing these tanks before they are released, they do end up being more focused than after release. Does it make an impact on performance? Potentially. I just felt like it was a note to add that the tank may be doing a little bit worse than it would normally would. Because a lot of people see something new and shining and shiny and are like, well... I have to spend my life trying to kill it, you know? Which is understandable in a way. Annoying in another. But it's just a little bit of a note to add. Let's see, there's a Grom waiting there. He doesn't get a shot. Bisonte crossing over. We switch the mode. We give 2 shots, 722. I mean, he's pissed. Let's put it that way. Here's the Tiger 2 peeking now. I gotta remember to lift my gun, to be honest. Gotta remember this aspect. Oh my. AMX speaking. I mean, I'm actually just curious to test the third here, but he's immediately backing off. But that's 2 nice doubles though. Immediately 1.5k damage. Basante is getting pressured at the same time. I'm very tempted to cross over now. I'm gonna do it as well. Take 1 from the AMX. $712 to the face. I mean, for those kind of peaks, it's pretty good though, you know? Quick peek out, do 700 damage, reverse around the corner. I mean, it doesn't get more... it doesn't get very complicated, let's put it that way. Uh-oh. He really wants to shoot me. And he hits my gun, poor guy. How you dying? Oh, okay, Obsidian, relax. I'm not hitting this. I am hitting that? Oh, that's so funny, man. I can't tell you that I exactly know how this tank works, but it's shooting doubles, but it's hitting some very interesting shots, let's put it that way. I'm switching modes a little bit too early here. But at least you can really easily tell when you're in a different mode. Seeing as you get the double reticle on screen the moment you switch modes. Not sure why the AMX has decided that other people are the ones he wants to die against and not me. I mean, it makes me very sad, you know, it makes me not appreciate it. I hit only 1 of those, but 1 is better than 0. That's what I've always been told in my life. 3.6, I mean, that's a very good game already. 3.5Ks were kind of what we're aiming for, and I'm gonna be honest, after playing every single one of them, I feel like this one might just be the strongest out of the boxes, to be honest, because of its capabilities of playing hold on with quickly blasting for a pretty high amount of damage as well. That is where I'm currently like leaning in terms of like Lootbox tanks. But again, never ever oof, that was a big one. Never ever gamble for a specific tank. I think we've talked about this every single year. I think it's an important note to remind you about. Because if you do that, it's not very intelligent. Let's try and like switch to the double mode though. In case the ISU ends up being in the open. Which it doesn't seem like he will be. We'll not be getting a double against the ISU. Maybe if he goes forward or drives very much backwards. But it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. All in all, not... oh wait. All in all, not a terrible battle. He's already, man. That's kind of funny. I mean, this reticle is very weird. But yeah, anyways. Not a bad battle. When we look at the post-battle stats, 3.6k, top of the board as well, slight profit. Again, I'm an EPCR player and I'm not using any boosters of any regard. So taking that into account, you can clearly see that plenty of stuff is capable of being done here for this tank. Alright gamers, that was it for the Contra. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I personally couldn't really get the hang of this tank and I don't know if I really enjoyed it. The siege mode is weird, awkward, don't like the reticle of it. But maybe this is something for you, and maybe this is something you enjoy. I'll have to find out.